going on, Geeks and Geekettes? It's Ted again here with the Countdown to the Geeks, and I am here with director of Dancing Village, The Curse Begins, Kimo Stamboel. Kimo, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm good, thanks. Thank you for having me, Ted.
Thank you for doing this. This is
Yeah.
such a unique, suspenseful thriller. Tell us
Mm.
about maybe the inspiration behind Dancing Village, The Curse Begins. Where does this lore or this mythology come from?
This is from actually a sort of a spin-off or a prequel from uh, the first film. The first film called KKN, and it's sort of a movie that's pretty big in Indonesia. I think it hits the highest grossing films of all time there in Indonesia,
Wow.
and it based on that, the lore of the culture, the whatever mystical element is based on what's already been told, the story with the first one. And here we sort of dig into deep of that culture. We right now we're telling the story about the village is actually been told in the first one,
Sure.
and actually it's a different timeline. Is actually sort of more backdated to 1980s,
Hmm.
and it sort of have a little bit of a kind of same story with with the first one, but in a different character, and the the goal is sort of different with the characters.
Absolutely. And so now that
Mm.
you're coming into this franchise, right? You're
Mm.
off the success of the first one. What are some of your objectives? Like, what you have to make sure you stick the landing and you execute it well. So what are those
Correct.
elements that you're worried about in order to kind of keep the continuity and also go up against this previous film?
Yeah, the biggest challenge is uh, the details that they have in the first one. It has to be applied within the second one. I mean, the prequel one, because and again, this is sort of like a prequel, so everything should be different in a way. In maybe the first movie, it's already destroyed, but here it's still intact and it's still okay. And that sort of a detail, uh, I think it's sort of it's sort of a big of a challenge for me to apply in this prequel. And also we have this one character, the biggest character yet is the main character, is the main villain, Badara Wuhi. She's also appear in the first one, but here now we have to make it her, we have to make her more bigger and more sort of villainy and more
More
detail
menacing,
towards
yeah.
yeah, more detail towards the character. And yeah, this is a big challenge to have those elements in and enhanced in a way that we have to get the first audience to watch the film and feel okay, this is a big change in a bigger scale, in a good way. And in that way, I think the producers also decide this film for IMAX, so it
I
make it
saw that,
more,
yeah.
yeah, it make it more a scale, a bigger scale, and more improved from the first one.
You
Yeah.
had a lot of great practical effects, and a
Oh,
lot
thank
of
you.
like
And
oh
thanks,
yeah,
man.
there's a lot of great like visual practical effects, and I
Yeah.
don't want to call it trickery, but just great moments of
Mm.
actors or characters appearing and disappearing, and it's all
Yeah.
done practically, and it's fantastic the way you guys pull it off. So bravo for all of those uses and
Thank
using
you.
practical methods behind that. You
Mm.
also use a lot of what I'm assuming is real life snakes in this movie.
Yes, 100%, man.
Any challenges with using live animals, or you have cast members surrounded by snakes at times.
Yes.
How did they deal with those scenarios and those situations?
Well, the first cast that I asked, the main character, I asked her, "Are you afraid of a snake? If you are, I don't think you fit for this project."
Was
But
this Maori?
thankfully, she's okay. The Mila ones,
Mm.
Mila, the main character. So yeah, I asked her, "Okay, do you afraid of snakes?" "No, I'm good." "Okay, okay," and she sort of, okay, I'm imagining one or two snake, not 350 ones. Okay, girl, it's okay. That's a big challenge, man. We actually have, I think, 5 snake wranglers actually handling the snakes.
Wow.
And we sort of, we respectful for the animals. We taking good care of them,
Sure.
and we try to make the snake not stressful. And also we pretty much, safety are the first one. There is a lot of safety that around the snake, that if you see it detailed. But I think the CGI team actually managed to erase all of the tapes that actually in the mouth. So, and that's all that it's a very big challenge, definitely, because we are working with 350 snakes, and the safety for the crew, safety for the actor is our number one priority. So we are making sure that will never end. Thankfully, man, everything went well. Everything okay. We got the 350 snakes, not even one escaping.
Wow. That is a magnificent feat right there.
I know. And yeah, everything is okay. Everything is fine. And yeah, cool.
Who was your makeup artist? Because
Mm.
the makeup effects on the
Yeah.
characters. I don't want to give away some of the scenes,
Mm.
but
Mm.
there's some
Mm.
very dramatic, intense scenes,
Mm.
and some
Yes.
very
Yes.
great prosthetics are
Mm.
used during that moment. So talk to
Yeah.
us about your makeup team.
My makeup team worked for me since also since our beginning of my career. Uh, he knows exactly what I want. Exactly what the standard is. And it's, for him, it's pretty much big challenge, because every time we want to level up. And from the first one, the first film, which he's not involved, I'm not involved, and we just see it. And I said to my team, okay, we have to level up. We have to bring it one step further. And we sort of design it. This one particular character that you will see in the film. We developed that, and we discuss it with the author. And he said that, okay, this is something that the concept is like this. And then we try to sketch it out, and we test it out. And eventually, well, me as a director, actually, I wanted more further. But the time that we have, and the amount that we put into, I think that's our limitation. That's it. And I think looks brilliantly good. And it feels something different. And I think I'm proud of working with my makeup team artist. They support me every visual that I want to do. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, they did a wonderful job. Just
Yeah.
so many of the characters, especially Rati's mother,
Right. Yes,
just
yes, correct. Yeah.
depicting her illness. It
Yes.
was very grotesque. I mean, you feel so much empathy for her, because it
Yes.
just looks painful what she's going through. So yeah,
Yes.
they did an incredible job. Um, there's so many great details in this movie, from the costumes to the dance choreography. How
Yes.
much time or how much thought went into the choreography of the dancing between I don't want to say the real world, and well, let's not talk about where they are, but Tell us about the dance choreography and the thought process behind that.
I think I think this is the first time I have, I work with a dance choreographer, because in my career I never had that one before. And this is, again, it's something new for me. And thankfully the dance choreographer, it's really detailed towards the authenticity of its dance, because we discuss again with the author, and going back towards the source material. It has a particular dance within the culture itself, and I'm grateful that my choreographer knows it, and knows pretty much deep to the root. And again, that's a lucky streak for me. And also, okay, and then we applied it and we talk about it, and man, it turned out beautifully. And working with my DP, and took the shots and everything, and it's everything is this. It's a very good collaboration between me and the crew, and all of the elements of the supporter of this film. So I think, it's really challenging in a way to get things right, because not many producer think of that detail, but I try to convince the producer we need to be authentic in a way it's possible, because I think that is actually the root of the story. Again, I always coming back, the root of the story is like this. So no compromise on that. So yeah.
Well done. It's a fantastic film. Like I mentioned, it's a great suspenseful thriller. I think audiences are going to find a lot to enjoy about it. Um, you are not new to the sort of horror genre. What is it about horror movies that attracts you so much to making these films?
I think, well, horror attracted me since I was a little. I think I'm pretty much exposed to Western films, and then my teen days, I think I'm exposed towards Asians horror film. I think sometimes horror can be very entertaining for us, and I think when you sit in the theater, it feels like you are in a ride, right? And I think that's important to entertain people towards that. And also horror genre also speaks universally, and I think people from around the world can feel the same fear, can feel the same jump scare. And I think that's sort of, the things that I like, to feel the people react towards something that we create. And yeah, I think that will be, that's why I sort of love it. And it can be applied towards many story. If we just put horror element in the right way, I think it will be awesome. That's what makes me, wanted to do this genre every time in a project.
Well, I love hearing that, and I look forward to seeing more movies from you. Give
Thank you
give
so.
us give us some Western stories as well, if you don't mind.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Definitely.
I appreciate it. Dancing Village, The Curse Begins opens this Friday, April
Yeah.
26th in theaters across the country. Look at your theater listings to see where you can see it. It's also filmed for IMAX, so there may be some
Yes.
IMAX screens with it as well. Kimo Stamboel, thank you so much, sir, for taking the time to speak with me today.
Thank you so much, Ted. Thank you for having me.